A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Silence is a source of great strength. He who conquers others is strong. He who conquers himself is mighty. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. To see what is right and not do it is the want of courage. The journey is the reward. The wise adapt themselves to circumstances as water molds itself to the pitcher. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. When anger rises, think of the consequences. The superior man acts before he speaks, and afterwards speaks according to his actions. He who learns but does not think is lost. He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. What you do not wish upon yourself, extend not to others. When we see men of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. He who knows does not speak. He who speaks does not know. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. Be not afraid of growing slowly, be afraid only of standing still. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. The superior man is distressed by his want of ability. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. A man who has committed a mistake and doesn't correct it is committing another mistake. Fine words and an insinuating appearance are seldom associated with true virtue. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. If you are the smartest person in the room, then you are in the wrong room. Success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation, there is sure to be failure. An oppressive government is more to be feared than a tiger. Ignorance is the night of the mind, but a night without moon and star. He who asks is a fool for 5 minutes, but he who does not ask remains a fool forever. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not desire. The superior man understands what is right. The inferior man understands what will sell. He who learns but does not think is lost. To see what is right and not do it requires courage. When anger arises, think of the consequences. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. If you want to be happy, do not dwell in the past, do not worry about the future. Focus on living fully in the present. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened. The superior man is aware of righteousness. The inferior man is aware of advantage. What the superior man seeks is in himself. What the small man seeks is in others. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. He who learns but does not think is lost. He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. All warfare is based on deception. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. Know thyself, know thy enemy. 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. If your opponent is of choleric temper, seek to irritate him. The wise warrior avoids the battle. The quality of decision is like the well-timed swoop of a falcon, which enables it to strike and destroy its victim. He who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not will be victorious. He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. Build your opponent a golden bridge to retreat across. He who wishes to fight must first count the cost. A wise general makes a point of foraging for the enemy. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. Keep your friends close, your enemies even closer. Move swift as the wind and closely formed as the wood. Attack like the fire and be still as the mountain. When strong, avoid them. If morale is high, depress them. Seems humble to fill them with conceit. Strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. When you surround an army, leave an outlet free. Do not press a desperate foe too hard. Plan for what is difficult while it is easy. Do what is great while it is small. Ponder and deliberate before you make a move. Great results can be achieved with small forces. Who wishes to fight must first count the cost. If quick, I survive. If not quick, I am lost. This is death. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. Convince your enemy that he will gain very little by attacking you. This will diminish his enthusiasm. When the enemy is relaxed, make them toil. When full, starve them. When settled, make them move. To win 100 victories in 100 battles is not the acme of skill. To subdue the enemy without fighting is the acme of skill. Knowing the enemy enables you to take the offensive. Knowing yourself enables you to stand on the defensive. When the enemy is close at hand and remains quiet, he is relying on the natural strength of his position. He who exercises no forethought but makes light of his opponents is sure to be captured by them. One may know how to conquer without being able to do it. Do not repeat the tactics which have gained you one victory, but let your methods be regulated by the infinite variety of circumstances. The best victory is when the opponent surrenders of its own accord before there are any actual hostilities. It is best to win without fighting. The opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. To see victory only when it is within the ken of the common herd is not the acme of excellence. It is more important to outthink your enemy than to outfight him. Be extremely subtle, even to the point of formlessness. Be extremely mysterious, even to the point of soundlessness. Rouse him and learn the principle of his activity or inactivity. In battle, there are not more than two methods of attack, the direct and the indirect. Yet these two in combination give rise to an endless series of maneuvers. Attack is the secret of defense. Defense is the planning of an attack. If ignorant both of your enemy and yourself, you're certain to be in peril. When your army has crossed the border, you should burn your boats and bridges in order to make it clear to everybody that you have no hankering after home. He will win who, prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared.